the one thing that keeps looming in the background is, of course, the discussion on the digital product passport. And I mean, we've now seen the decision on toys, where legislation is becoming more severe on harmful chemicals in toys. And there's now the plan to implement the digital product passport, I think, with a 4.5 year transition period for manufacturers to provide that information. And toys always have been on the list as one of the first products to be covered by digital product passport. So I think that is something where also our customers are looking into, and not because they're manufacturing toys, but because they know that that is the next step towards eventually their products being regulated. I think this is still a bit down the road, but then the digital product passport is a massive endeavor for whichever product you're looking at. So this, I think that still is one of the things that people are keeping at least in the back of their head when looking into their compliance and sustainability performance, as to I need to be ready when that comes. Where we come from, of course, the digital product passport is a very comprehensive view of a product. Also, I mean, starting from the physical description of what it is and a product number and so on and so forth. But what has become clear in the past in all the discussions, that of course some of the key data that need to go into digital product passport is the key data that we are providing with our solutions, which is information, probably best said, information on the material and substance composition of a product, and then information derived from that information. So compliance information, hazard information, product carbon footprint, life cycle information, information on recycled content, information on recyclability, for example. So, and this is, I think, clearly the baseline that I would recommend working towards. There is a lot more to it, don't get me wrong. So I know that there are companies who have looked into that, and even to be able to provide a weight for a product, which you think as an end consumer, come on, that can't be so difficult, can be incredibly difficult because different organization units look at products differently, and thus the data is different. So I don't know, if you are selling articles in a package of 10, you might need to provide the information of the 10 articles plus the packaging, because this is important for transportation. So you would have that information. As an engineer, you would probably start from your design and estimate the weight from there. So you have the same product in different information systems in your company, and you have different weight information, for example. So that is another challenge that needs to be tackled, for example, to make sure that you have a harmonized set of data. On the other hand, the stuff that we do, making sure that you have the composition information of your product, that you have the life cycle information, that you have the product carbon footprint information, that you have the compliance information, is something that we are pretty sure, or that we are convinced, will go into a product carbon footprint. And depending where you are on that journey of collecting the information through your supply chain, it will be a good point to start and work through, because that takes time as well. And it takes time, depending on the maturity of your supply chain, to educate the supply chain as to what needs to happen.